What is up, and welcome to Twin Dragon Podcast Show. We're your hosts. My name is Mike.
And I'm Bobby. The show will be about two young working professionals going through the craziness of life. We'll have fun conversations about current events and what's happening in our lives. So, why do you want to know more?
Well, if you're bored at home, eating, or just chilling, and want to listen to something new, you've come to the right place. Hey guys, welcome back to Twin Dragon Podcast. I'm your host. My name is Mike.
And I'm your other host, Bob, or Bobby, however you want to call me.
And today we're going to talk to you about one of our favorite shows so far, Loki, from the Marvel Universe on Disney Plus. So, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen the season 1 of Loki on Disney Plus, you guys should go check it out. And if you don't care, well, continue to listen on.
Yeah.
I've been warned.
Yeah, you should check it out. Yeah, we just continue to love all that Disney Plus is putting out, and especially Marvel. I think we just been eating that up a lot.
I know, man. We're just on that subscriber train.
Yeah,
Subscription basically. And they pumping out like new shows like every like season, I guess. Or like
every month. About every month, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. There's always something going on. And I have to say, like Loki was probably I think for me, Loki was probably better than what was that? Winter Soldier and Falcon and
Yeah.
WandaVision.
No. Well,
yes. Why would you say not?
Well, I think I think yes, it was better than Winter Soldier. It was better than
Why?
Winter Soldier, but well, I don't know. I think Winter Soldier had like a slower pace. And there wasn't that oomph, I guess there wasn't like.
So you're saying it's not as good because it was slow.
It was slower, yeah, and there wasn't, I guess, that magical element of surprise. While WandaVision and Loki both had like some kind of powers, dimensional things, and yeah, they just had that something that you wouldn't see in the natural world.
You just like magic, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I like magic.
I got you. I got you. Yes, there was a lot of magic. I think the plot was better for Loki because there was more plot twists and just setting the things up, stage up, especially the first couple of episodes. I just felt like it was like, oh, it's like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Who are these like mysterious people? And almost like a detective thing, like trying to find the variant that is behind causing all this like mischief for the TVA or time. What's it called again?
Yeah, the time variant
agency or something.
Yeah.
And a variant is basically like some person who stepped off of the quote unquote sacred timeline or the only timeline basically.
Mm-hmm.
And WandaVision was more, I don't know, maybe it was like some plot twist, but you kind of know she was already stuck in like this little like cube thing, like the red cube thing, whatever she made. The hex. There we go. Thanks. You win Jeopardy. Yeah, and then it's just like we kind of like figuring out what's going on, like how do we do that? But like for the Loki, it's like oh, this like this detective thing, like trying to like play out like what's going on, like the background, and then like leaving us in suspense until like a few episodes later, like who this variant that they're looking for is. Obviously we know it's Loki, but like who is this? What is their goals? Like it's sort of like stringing you along, and I appreciate that. What about you?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think it's really nice that they like kind of like stepped out of like what we are so used to. I think we're so used to Loki kind of getting his way, or I guess being mischief, like destroying people's lives and the heroes. But I think they just put that twist, like he is like, I guess in a way, searching who he is again and figuring out like what he needs to do or has to do next. And so yeah, I think it was nice also just like they put in Sylvie, and Sylvie is the, I guess as she puts it, the original Loki, I guess because she mentions in the show later that she is actually older than Loki. But yeah, I think it was nice and a little I guess it was a little more extra than I would have anticipated, and it was a good
Did you say it's a little extra?
extra in a good sense. Like yeah, they gave us like a lot more than we have thought to happen. Because I wouldn't have expected that from the trailers, and it was nice to see a new character, new
Oh, yo, yo,
powers.
yo, yo! Remember that trailer? You thought it was Scarlet
Yeah, I was like, she's coming
or
back. She's coming
the
back.
Black Widow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what I mean. Like they like make us like think one thing, and then in the other, like it's so something
Wait,
different.
wait, who said that though? Like, was that like pushed out in like social media? People was like, "Oh, it's Black Widow."
Yeah, I think because they changed like the color like of the video to make it look like the hair is like orange and stuff like that. And so it
Uh,
makes you think like that, and and
I'll be like, "Psych."
I know, and I'm kind of sad, but it's what we got. But yeah,
It's
I
what we
think
got.
overall it was very like even towards the end, it was very like um very satisfying. Very satisfying to watch and hear.
Why when she stuck the knife into that guy?
That like she it was just like a really power move, like tossing like the furniture side to side, like making him scared. She wanted him scared, she wanted that power.
Oh, okay, okay.
Kind of like something yeah,
Flexing.
she's very flexing. But I think also just like the moments that both Loki and Sylvie kind of got, just
Mm,
seeing the connections that grew. It was very different from what we usually see from regular Loki. I
mm-hmm.
guess a softer side and caring and just admitting, I that's who I
Don't
was.
want to be
Yeah,
alone.
I don't. Yeah, he doesn't want to be alone. And he actually cares about somebody. Um,
Mm-hmm.
um, I guess it's ironic that he cares about himself. I guess in a way. Um,
Yeah, so does that even count?
yeah, but yeah, I think it's nice that we got to see that kind of side and just a whole new character development that ended up, I guess, in a way, leading back to where he was at before he died in at Endgame.
Like he's still alone again.
Well, I mean, just like his character ended up being developed that he thought more than himself. Because like in the
Oh,
Infinity
oh, I
War movie,
see.
he
Right.
he sacrificed himself to save his brother and tried to save
Mm-hmm.
people, and that's what he's
Mm-hmm.
kind of doing right now. He thought of more than himself.
Mm-hmm. He didn't want to. Wait. He didn't want to basically. He cared about Sylvie. He didn't want to kill the guy who was called He Who Remains, like the guy who's like in charge of the TVA. In case you guys didn't know that. And yeah, which is what who Sylvie killed basically and unleashed the multiverse. Which like yeah, I think the part about like Loki just being fleshed out because we always see him like you said in the whole Marvel studio as like this guy who is almost like a narcissist and kind of just um tries to ruin people in order so that he can be in charge or have power.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at the end it's like he wasn't so much like even going for that power grab, even though the guy He Who Remains like handed it to him. He was trying to like stop Sylvie from killing the guy, basically.
Yeah. Um, well, I think it's also I think some other things that um I thought that was really touching was just the backstory of Sylvie. She was like,
Mm-hmm.
from what I heard, like she could have been like some other hero, in her timeline, and it just hurts. I know it's made up, but
Wait, she could have been a hero. So from
from
where?
what I've heard, like from online sources and stuff like that, that
Yo, is that even credible?
I'm not too sure, but it was
Where do you get your stars?
just YouTube, but just in general, that's what they were anticipating, that she could have been a hero within her timeline.
Oh,
Um,
if she wasn't taken by the
yeah,
TVA.
I think because some of the clues that they gave was the toys that she was playing with in when they took her away in the beginning.
Man, people
She was
are so detail
Yeah, she was
oriented.
playing with Valkyrie toys, which is like the girl female heroes in what do you call it, Asgard. And yeah,
Those people with wings,
yeah,
they fly right.
yeah, the horses with wings.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Um, but yeah, I think it was just hurt. It was just so hurtful to just to hear that they took her away from her life and just completely just erase that. And she was on the run for the longest time. And yeah, it's just so like hard to hear. I know it's made up, but yeah, it was really yeah
Mm,
touching.
mm. I mean, it kind of makes sense, like why she hate the guy, with so much like power, did the power move in the end, basically, because like yeah, it's like basically her whole life essentially
Mhm.
like was ruined and everything was taken from her because of that dude, and she's she needs to like release it, like all that anger pent up. I don't know, and the guy seemed okay with it. He's like, I'll see you later
Yeah.
in a bit. He's like, I'll be back. And then she was actually like kind of, what's the word, like, I don't know, shocked or like realizing the consequences of her action because she saw the timeline branch, like, you know and she was on the ground and just staring at it and in like shock or something, or just processing it.
Yeah.
At least that's kind of what I got from that scene.
Yeah, I think even um like the original Loki's end scene is like disheartening as well, because like he goes back to Mobius, which is he ends up becoming friends with, and I guess they end up forgetting who he is, and they end up
All
saying
that relationship building
yeah,
gone.
and it's like making even us like, man, like what else can go wrong? I guess just like yeah, just another disheartening moment just at the end, and it's like making us anticipate like what's gonna happen next and what to expect. Obviously we all kind of know what's to expect.
What is to expect?
King the Conqueror. So
Dang.
so basically they're just anticipating like throughout the Marvel series, because there's more than one King the Conqueror. He shows up throughout different periods of time in the Marvel series, because
Mm.
he is um he's just so smart. He just fixes somehow shows up, and so like we're gonna see him throughout the different Marvel movies. I think one of them,
So
and
you saying he can't die?
he can die. It's just like there's so many different variants, like he said.
They're just basically different clones of him.
Yeah, and so that's what he anticipated. Like they even showed it in the show, like of him, in the Kang the Conqueror suit, and there's like so many of them, and so we're gonna see that in many different movies or different versions and stuff like that, which is pretty exciting. Because the guy who plays King the Conqueror, he actually comes out in some other show, and he's a pretty good actor.
I never met him or know who he is. Never saw him in my life.
That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. But dude, so like it sets the stage for like, obviously for me, I never heard of King the Conqueror. I was like, who is this guy? Is he like playing God or something? And he was just a man. I was like, eating an apple. Like he really liked that apple. He just like be eating that apple in those scenes. And I was like, that's it. And then like apparently he's like King the Conqueror. He has an epithet of conqueror. Like wow. But I was thinking like, because there's a multiverse now, and now it makes sense for the next big movie. It's like the Eternals, that they show up because there's like a multiverse now. I'm just thinking like, couldn't an Eternal just like whip him around and just be like boom? Because the Eternals, are there variants of Eternals?
The deviants. Well, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just forget the deviants, but I don't know. That's too far thinking ahead. That's too far.
But like the
I would
Eternals are
assume.
like
I would
basically
assume. I would
Supermans,
assume.
but and they just be slapping people around, be like
Boom.
law and order. But that's crazy. If there's like a multiverse, if you think about it, like people in physics are all like, multiverse. And it's like, if you think about it, it's like crazy, like endless possibilities. Like we can think it, there's a version of it, basically.
Yeah, just kind of like that. What if? So.
That what if show, dang. Throw in those plugins.
Yeah.
Disney, bro. We
Dang.
advertising.
But yeah, he something that I didn't know was or that I ended up seeing was that Kang the Conqueror is actually related to the guy from Fantastic Four, the smart one,
Wait,
Mr. Fantastic.
the guy who stretches, right?
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's the yeah. Wait, how is he related to him?
It's just a descendant,
So who's older?
Mr. Fantastic, but it's like way far in the future. That's how they have that
Oh,
technology.
so Fantastic Four guy is like normal timeline, like present time, and this King the Conqueror guy is a descendant from Mr. Fantastic way in the future.
Yeah. And then some other plugin or not plugins, but like clues is like King or King the Conqueror, the guy, he was able to like manipulate time and like or I guess just like the TVA people, they're able to travel through time and just even
With those like old looking data pads that look
the data
like
pads,
from
but
like the
even
70s.
his like it's a circular thing. And so basically what he did was modified Tony Stark's original like time travel bracelets. So like they showed a
Wait,
clip.
Tony Stark's got time travel?
Yeah, the time.
Oh wait, in Infinity Wars, right? Or is
Yes.
it Endgame?
And so basically they modified his bracelets and that's what he's wearing in the movie or the show. So yeah.
Only a true fan would know all this stuff.
Well,
Be
I
like
just
going
I
through this
just
stuff.
watched videos and other people researched it. So I'm
Oh,
just
I see.
I
I
just
see what you
listen.
do. I see what you do. You be like watching those YouTube videos,
I
just
just want to make sure I get all the facts.
uh-huh, uh-huh. When you're multitasking, right?
Multitasking, yes. I love
Uh-huh, uh-huh, yeah.
multitasking. Multitasking is
Oh,
the
okay.
greatest.
Learning so much about that Marvel universe.
I
They should just pick you as one of the heroes.
don't know what they pick.
You mean what would you be? Who would you be?
Yeah, I don't know what other movies they haven't or characters they haven't chosen yet.
Superman.
Nah, that's DC.
Um well, I'm excited for like Eternals and what that is. But like to be honest, they look pretty lackluster, like not as cool.
They just look
Um
like regular superheroes, right?
yeah, it looks pretty unremarkable.
Well, anyways, back to
Um
Loki.
yeah.
So what do you think about the other variants of Loki? Kid Loki, old Loki, um, Thor Loki, Crocodile Loki.
Crocodile. So there's a version of Loki that's like a crocodile, which I don't know why they threw
It's
that
kind
in.
of
But
it's kind of cute. It's a cute crocodile.
no. And I thought the kid was funny, to be honest.
He's
Like
pretty cool. Like I wish we get more of him.
he's like, a cool kid looking, looks like royalty, is in charge, like with the adults, and they just listen to him.
Yeah.
And I think they respected him because they said that he killed Thor, right?
Yes.
But did they ever say like how?
I forgot. I feel like they mentioned it maybe. Yeah, I don't remember. That I don't remember.
And they're like, nope, you cannot do that. Time to prune you, which means they basically stick you with like one of their glowing sticks, and then you just get disintegrated and get thrown into the void, which is like some place at the end of time.
Hmm.
Looks basically like a desolate farmland with a lot of broken stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was very depressing place to go to.
That just seems really, really weird. Like if you're gonna disintegrate somebody, like how and why do they just end up at like some rando place and like quote unquote the end of time, and then like there's this cloud looking dog thing that Kang the Conqueror has outside his like house that just eats up everything.
I guess that's why send it to somewhere where something else takes care of that.
It's like their own personal garbage disposal place,
Yeah.
basically. It's like, dang, that's messed up. That's messed up. Why didn't they just prune why do they prune people, but sometimes they don't prune people? You know what I'm saying? Like, they take them to the TVA, and then they try to stick them back into the timeline, right? That's what they usually do. But then like they don't prune, and then but they still sometimes prune, you know?
Yeah, I actually don't know. Maybe like I guess that's why they went to court to see like if they actually are at fault, and then if they're not at fault, they become part of the TVA maybe because the timeline's already pruned. So how were they gonna go back to?
Wait, oh,
You
that's
know?
true because all the people who are in the TVA are variants,
Yeah.
and so like they can't be fit back in. Their line is already pruned, and so where they go, you
So
know?
like maybe they
Can't
like,
just like
oh, he's pretty much innocent, so let's save his spare's life and then put him part of TVA.
and just make them one of their own. And how do they brainwash them or like remove all their memories?
That I do not know.
Did they ever explain that?
No, they didn't.
I don't know. Dang. I'm just like, we're just like seeing all the details.
Yeah.
The missing link. But yo, they have some like retro looking technology. Like they have, you know, the scene where Loki and Mobius the TVA guy, that they showed like the TVA like the surrounding, and then you see like their control room and their like data pads like jump around in different timeline. It's like futuristic and then 60s looking technology. You know, I like never like understood like why they do it like that. It's like the same with Star Wars, you know, like they got a lightsaber, they fly around a galaxy, but then you look at the machines and the props, it looks like it's from the 50s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, right?
It's like, come on, guys, just do some more CGI and just make it look cool. Or maybe it's just too much work.
Probably
I
too
don't
much
know.
work.
That was funny. I liked the what you call it, the bickering back and forth like antagonist relationship between Mobius and Loki. The banter was pretty funny. Their back and forth banter in the beginning, kind of like us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
yep.
so who's Loki?
Me,
Oh,
obviously.
you are Loki.
Yeah, you're
I
Mobius.
guess.
Why you don't want to be Mobius?
um, I thought I identified with Loki too,
Oh, you're which variant? Which
Yeah,
one?
Loki, of course.
Kid Loki? Okay, we got a winner here. We got a winner here.
We
Yeah,
can all be I'm pretty sure there's room for everyone to be a variant of Loki.
yeah, basically. I also thought the scene that Loki started developing feelings for himself, it was kind of hilarious because
Yeah.
he basically just liked himself, and I was like, that's weird.
I think the thing that they did really good on was just like, yes, it is like basically him, but when at the basically at the end of like the series, they make Sylvie like her own identity. Like we can really
Mm,
see that like, oh, she is different. She is her own
she called the
identity. Yeah.
shots.
And yeah, I guess that's why they were so comfortable with each other in that kind of way that they can identify very separate people.
Hmm. Well, I'm curious to see what happens next. Like,
In season 2.
yeah, did they ever say when this supposed to come out?
No, no.
Yeah, it's probably like I don't even know, like 2 years from
Well,
now
I do know that
or a year.
Loki might come out in um Doctor Strange movie
When's that coming out?
next year. Next year.
Dude, Disney makes so many movies,
I
and it's so
know we
much
spent
like
so much money.
you should just apply for a job there
I know, right?
in the Marvel studio. Just can I work on something here
Yeah,
just to
just
be
a little
here,
something.
just to be here, and look around, be like, what's next, guys? What's happening next?
I know that in college I knew someone who was an artist and she worked for Disney at the time, and she saw
Like Pixar?
or Pixar, yeah. Um whoever made Frozen, Disney,
I
right?
don't know.
Well, basically she
Disney,
worked for
bro.
Disney and she saw the drawings of Frozen being made years before they actually released it. And I thought that was pretty, yeah,
Dang,
I know, and I thought it was pretty cool that
That's like so long. Like when did she see them? Like what year?
I think
Actually, which Frozen are we talking about?
Frozen
First
first
one,
one, the
second
first
one.
one.
When did that come out even?
That came out in 2013. 13,
Dang.
yeah, about 13.
Wow, look at you. You're an encyclopedia of Disney.
And I'm just like remembering, certain time points in my life.
Okay.
But yeah,
When did she see them?
I would assume she saw it like her freshman year, maybe. Oh no, yeah, probably her freshman year. So that was like
What year was that?
2012, maybe.
Oh, oh, so it was only a year. I thought you were talking like 3, 4 years.
Oh,
Like in
that
advance.
yeah, not too specific on the time frame on that.
No.
So Frozen, Disney sponsorship. What
You got that?
was that?
That'd be so cool though. But yeah. Uh I also think it's very interesting that Sylvia has her own power,
Yeah.
like enchantment. Like they make it unique in that only she knows how to do that, and none of the other Lokis know. And the main Loki doesn't know either. But he can do all these other fancy magic, like transform things, make things come out, make things disappear, illusions, and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah. I thought that was
I still prefer.
oh go ahead, sorry.
No. I was just gonna say I still prefer Loki's magic.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Well, I think still kind of brings in like some refreshing um I guess powers. Because yeah, we never have seen that. I guess besides no. Yeah,
Wanda,
kind of like
can
Wanda.
Wanda do that?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
in a way, yeah. But I guess in a way they're both kind of witches because Loki's mom is a witch.
she is.
Yeah, she is. She mentions in the what do you call it, in some of the Thor movies that she lives with witches and she knows magic. She even displayed some of the magic in the Thor movies. And Loki, even in the show, said that my mom's a witch, and and that's how he was able to do that magic with the fireworks.
She ever like meet what's that lady's name? Agnes.
I'm pretty sure not. Um, but yeah,
Because she's probably older, right?
probably.
Loki's mom's like
Yeah,
I don't know,
probably
10,000 years older.
more than
I don't
ten
know.
thousand year.
Dang, you calling her old?
She's like fine wine.
Wow. And how old is Odin? Odin's like a fossil.
More than a fossil, a celestial.
Was he?
No, he's not. He's just a god.
Oh, oh, yeah. It's crazy how much like it's crazy how people came up with so much, like I don't know, backstories and like
That is right.
things for like this like comic universe. Like that's it blows my mind, and it's like they're just like making the stuff from the comics. I don't think they're even. I don't know if they're actually making like new source, so to speak, stories or some backstories for these characters. Like they're just all based off of like I don't know source material from the comics. And like you said, like you told me, I think you said like Loki was originally girl, right, in the comics.
No.
No,
He was just a guy, but in the comics, he ends up dying, but ends up going to one of the characters in the regular show body and just lives his life as that basically. Basically, he still goes into someone else's body. Um,
what?
yeah, and thus forms Lady Loki. But yeah, I know.
That sounds so bizarre. Like I don't even know, man. But we gotta hand it to those people. They got creativity,
Yeah,
just like Loki. Loki has creativity. Is there anything you didn't like in the show?
I didn't like. I didn't like that. I guess I wish they kind of gave even more detail, or I wish they gave more episodes. Honestly, more episodes about like the
Wait,
TVA and like how it's formed, like maybe backstories, like flashbacks, like this is how it's formed, or just even
Hey, what? How many episodes were there?
I don't know.
Six.
I don't know.
Six,
I
right?
don't know. I don't know. But yeah, just more information. Like, how do they brainwash them? You know, how do they? Um, I guess even for that lady, the head honcho lady who's in charge of the TVA,
Renslayer.
Renslayer. Yes, there you go. What do you call it? Just
How she got started and
yeah,
became judge.
yeah. But I guess it just ends up being like so many backstories after backstories.
Yeah. Then no one moved forward the plot. I still think they kept it short though. There it was I think if my memory serves right, it was 6 episodes and that's on the shortest side.
Yeah. Was it shorter?
But I think it might have been shorter than Wanda or whatchamacallit, Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Possibly.
But I think it was probably the better of the three, to be honest, because it was a more intriguing plot.
Yeah, it was 6 episodes.
Dang, I got something right. I'm winning at Jeopardy, man. I got Renslayer. I got 6. Dang,
Yeah, how many episodes was in WandaVision?
8.
9.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's like third longer.
And then guess how many is in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
8. I don't know.
6.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one
But
felt
but
longer,
most
to
of the
be honest.
episodes in Falcon and Winter Soldier is about like 50 minutes.
Oh, that's why they felt longer.
And then Wanda's like almost like 30 minutes each.
So there's probably about the same,
Yeah. But then
like
Loki's
total
also about
runtime.
like 50 minutes as well. So maybe that's why we got so much more.
Yeah, I think it's probably still comes out around the same time
Mm-hmm.
or the runtime, but yeah, I guess like honestly, I don't think I had anything that I didn't like in the episode. Um, maybe just more backstory and sort of like why they made the sort of 3 lizard thingies that managed the time. Like, I don't understand why they sort of like invent that, like
Well, I think
that
well,
thought.
I think in the original comics they kind of like also mentioned, I don't know if they were lizards, but there was also these beings who created the timeline. But I think Marvel just kind of like made it a twist, like, yeah, let's incorporate them, but let's also put a back person behind it, like an actual, you know, puppet, a guy who's
Oh,
controlling the puppets. So
but like he never made the timeline. You're right. Like the people who made the timeline, like the original timeline.
oh well, I think it was him. I think this in general, the timeline has always been there. So we're the multiverse, but he just controlled it in that kind of way.
Right, but didn't they say like the Miss Minutes, like this, I don't know, VR thingy? She said that they made the timeline originally, like,
I
or
think
like,
it's just a story they made up.
oh, okay. So like nobody made the timelines,
No,
or the Celestials made the
but
timeline.
I'm saying it's just like, yeah, they just use their Marvel just incorporated, the original story in the comics, but put a twist to it.
So it's not actually the real story.
Anyways,
It's not the original.
I guess not. No, it's not.
It's false.
But yeah, I think. Is there anything else?
Um, Not really. I'm just looking forward to Loki 2.0, or they have a nice soundtrack. I like the intro sound.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Uh, I like the music. Like it makes it very mysterious, like suspenseful. But yeah, I think overall it's probably my favorite out of the 3 that we've watched so far, and I'm looking forward to the next season and seeing how it all ties in with some of the other movies
Yeah,
coming out.
yeah. I know how. I'm just hoping that we can just. I feel like we're kind of behind. And I'm not too sure people.
What? We're
Well,
behind.
I mean, just like putting out all the information, or just like these episodes for the people. Because yeah, I guess hope by the time that people see this video, like
Oh, I
they would
see.
have known all these other interviews that we have done. And so there's just like, these are on pause for a bit and in our current time. But yeah, hoping to put all this
Yeah.
out soon, and hopefully to also talk about all the other things later on, and just more future projects in the future that hasn't been told yet.
Yes, we have things under wraps, but yeah, like Bobby said, just please bear with us as we sort of get things going and just trying to push out episodes and sort of the hopefully you've seen the interviews that we did prior to this. And yeah, just please support us. Please continue to listen if you find these episodes enjoyable, and give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube, and continue to subscribe on podcasts if you're listening on podcast. And thanks again for tuning in for this episode on Loki.
All right, see ya, guys.
Later.
Thank you again, guys, for listening to the Twin Dragons podcast. If you guys want to know more about a topic or want us to do a specific video, let us know in the comments below.
And please like and subscribe if you want to help support us. Keep a lookout on our social media accounts so that you can keep up to date with any new episodes that come out and get connected. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.